unless there's anything else by members, I really would like to move as quickly as you could to those members of the audience who've come today to testify and share with us their views on these issues. So seeing nothing else, then I'm going to go to public testimony. We're going to open the public hearing process part of this agenda this morning. I'm going to call you several at a time. Please feel free to go to either one of the podiums. I am going to call those up in the order in which they signed up. Some people have tried to interject themselves here ahead of others. I am going to call you as you signed up. Just to reference that, you will be limited to 2 minutes. I'm going to please ask you to stay on subject and not veer off into wild accusations about this, that, or the other thing. This is the comprehensive review plan. I understand most of you will be willing to do so, and I deeply appreciate that. And again, as I mentioned, if you are here representing a group and you have notified staff that you are doing so on behalf of a group who is here, not necessarily not here, but you might be a part of, please let us know so you might have an extended period of time to speak, and then others who are here from your group would not participate, at least in terms of the active verbal testimony. So with that, unless there's something else, Kendall, I think that clarifies the rules, and I will call now, and please bear with me if I don't quite get the names particularly correct, but I'll do the best I can. First will be Jeff Wagner. Next was Sam Bellamio. Mr. Zimmerman, you will not be testifying until the end of the meeting today, and Marcia Hansen will follow Mr. Bela.
It's written with the same signature. He put my name and then his name.
You interjected yourself, Mr. Zimmerman.
He wrote it at the same exact time. There's no interjection. You're just messing with him.
Sorry. If we go ahead, Mr. Bellamio, you will have an opportunity, Mr. Zimmerman, later.
I would also like to ask if Mr. Fuller, since he's the only black male present, to speak, since it's only a bunch of white people speaking. If he may speak, I don't know if the audience is okay with him.
He will have he'll have an opportunity to speak when he signed up in order that he did sign up. Mr. Bellamio, please go ahead. We have a process here. I appreciate it. You follow it, sir.
And I'm registered with the Washington as a nonprofit organization. We would like our 5 minutes to speak.
You're not representing a group here.
I am
present, sir.
You have to have your full group here. You have the president and the vice president for the organization. Who else do we need?
Or I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
What are you doing? All right. Well, I would like to speak on behalf of all the poor people that you had stricken. Mrs. Patterson had spoken about how the executive took out the whole section. That doesn't seem right, and all you were okay with it. She's the only one who brought an objection to it. Why weren't you supporting her? Why don't we have the executive here since he's the one who struck it? Why can't we speak to him? What are you, a bunch of rich aristocrats demanding? I'm following your rules and you still step on me. And look at him, he's 10th floor. He's calling for backup. Do you see? I'm just speaking. Freedom of speech. How I'm upset with you as the council members. We're threatened by you. You no longer represent the people. You represent yourselves and the administration. I'm glad that Mr. Dunn is looking down at his laptop and not paying attention to me, because this is a public hearing. These people are here to speak to you, and all you can do is read your papers, go on the internet, and play with your phones. What have we done with America when we have people like you that are supposed to represent us, striking out the people that most need us with language that's supposed to support? No, you take out to not support. And then you stop me, who I'm a non-profit organization. What, you demand me bring all 50 members of our organization into this room before I get my 5 minutes? No, you want to end the names were both mine and Alex's on there with the same handwriting. So you purposely did not follow the rules and allow him to speak after me because you are arrogant. All of you would just stand up and try to act like, look how big I am. Look how powerful I am. The people demand more respect. The people demand power over the instrument that they created, their government. One day you're going to wake up and the people aren't going to be paying attention anymore. They're paying attention now and they are pissed off. And I am one of them. Will you please wake up and stop acting like a bunch of gorillas? Like a bunch of American fascists. What happened when I, John Q. Public, had authority over you? I lost it because you have security here, or sheriffs, and he's calling for backup because I'm upset. When Americans get upset or when they want to talk about something different, you threaten us. Jail time. You threaten us. You're not following the ordinance. You threaten us with new rules that put us into a box. This meeting is held here in King County every week, every Monday. What about the residents out in Covington? What about the residents out in Winneville? Why aren't these meetings held out there once a week? Why do they have to drive to Seattle? Because you're big, pompous people. I would respect if you gave Alex a little bit of time to speak, because he did sign up after I did.
We will follow our procedures. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. He's right after me.
Next is Mr. Zimmerman.
Hi. My name is Alex Zimmerman, and I represent StandUP-America. And StandUP-America stand up for ordinary people. Yeah, it's happened sometimes, so minorities speak last. Yeah, it's happened. 25 years I live in this city, and I know this. As it's a typical. For culture, what is you bring, for law, what is you have. So people right now are angry. 95% American don't believe in government. It's not surprise me. I come from system that is having identical situation for a long time too. So how we can change this? How we can make us government better and working for people, by the people and for the people? Because bunch aristocrat, what is elect right now, have his personal opinion and together with corporation suck blood and money from everybody, and exactly from minority, from poor people who right now approximately 80% of all United States of America. So we have a very simple proposition, and I give you example. What does this mean? Because right now what is we have is a pure fascism with Gestapo principle. And I give you a good example how this working for last 25 years, what is I know in this city. We have a many elected official what is never spoke to people. Never spoke to people. It is a very interesting situation. For example, we have 3 branches. And I give you example from one branch what is absolutely extreme. It's a judicial branch. No one judge, no one elected judge never have a town hall meeting, never speak to people. It belongs not only to elected judges, this belongs to many elected officials. For my understanding, it's very simple. You broke a constitution. You're supposed to be protect constitution. A judge is supposed to be protect constitution. It is duty number 1 in all elected officials. We don't have this right now. So when elected officials don't speak systematically to people, this means these people ignore constitution. This means it's crime. So everybody who don't talk to people for years or for months or don't have a town hall meeting, theoretically and practically are criminals. So we have very simple proposition. Stand Up America have very simple proposition. We want what is you make a decision, make a policy, what is guarantee us constitutional right to every citizen right speak to everybody who we elect. So please make a policy, make a rule, so everybody elected official who have offices in Seattle and King Country supposed to be speak minimum 4 times per year or every quarter. Make this like law, make this like rules, because for last 25 years what is I know it's never happened. It is mean we you ignore constitution totally. So mean you acting like a criminal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zimmerman. Mr. Fuller. Mr. Fuller.
Yes, first I give thanks and grace to my God for letting me live. For my God I live, for my God I die. I am devastated with this King County Council working under these Fabian Society laws, which is prohibited, and Communist Party laws. Once you say we the people, I'm looking at when I come into a public entity that I have to be maliciously harassed by the Fabian Society, which violates Title IX of the Federal Funding Act of 2000. I'm extraordinarily disturbed in my spirit that I can't exercise my First Amendment rights for our homeless veterans and families that fought to make this country safe, free, and secure that's sleeping on the streets today. The black, poor, PTSD, vets, veterans, seniors, and our youth that are being victimized right now today by the Fabian Society and the communist parties, where we are denied our due process of our First Amendment right, due process, equal protection of our 14th Amendment right, and also procedural due process and substantive due process. And it has caused extraordinary abuse to extraordinary circumstances, reckless misconduct, wanton misconduct, and irreparable injury and harm to the black community. Larry Phillips, Hey, Kathy Lambert, you don't run, come back, come. And I'm looking at you all that continuously violating RCW 2.48, 210, oath on admission. And and these are crimes that being committed under the federal laws. I ain't gonna deal with state now, because when it's a conflict with state constitution and statute, state must yield to federal constitution and statute under United States versus First Bank, September 27, 1983, and Bivens versus 6 unknown agent. Jan Hughes, you hear what I'm saying? I remember when I was at court on you in Redmond. Larry Phillips, you all is working under color and state and federal laws, and you must be prosecuted under federal law. Now you want to victimize the blacks, and my daddy fought for this country 21 years, and now I got the enemy right here before us telling us what to do, Larry Phillips.
Mr. Phillips, thank you very much.
And Larry Phillips, I've been educating you many years about our homeless veteran and family. You remember 2006, 144 deaths, the highest in this nation. I'm your employer. You is my employee,
Our next speaker
Larry
is
Phillips.
Denlin Chow. If she would approach.
Guns on their side.
Is Ms. Chow here by chance?
Hey, you can't stand the truth.